You're on the ProBrick exclusive YouTube channel with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist. Let's get straight into it, guys. We've got a good one here.
Whether it's sticking up for you behind your back, or sticking up for you in front of other people, or just being there for you when you need them, when the chips are down. It's a real shock when we finally realize how much loyalty the narcissist actually does not have for us. Because
100%. There was one instance, right, where a couple actually with a fucking adult sons, where all she had to do was speak up, and she would not do it. She would not do it. Because the loyalty's not with you, idiot. It's with her fucking children, the twisted, undeveloped children that she's created. And once you're aware of that, you can be safe. You just detach. If they want to hang around, let them. If they think you're blind. You've got to be on your game, guys. You're not on your game. This woman's completely blind. If you're aware of what you're doing, you try, you throw everything you've got at these people, they're not going to respond. They're just going to show up, physically show up and be mentally and emotionally partly attached, and they are mentally and emotionally attached at home. I'm sorry, guys, if that's in your face, but that's how it is. You don't want to end up sitting there like this poor woman. Look at her. She's still devoed, man.
The narcissist is never going to tell us. The narcissist is never going to make it clear that they really don't have any loyalty for us at all. That's something that we have to find out the hard way.
Yeah.
Another huge lie of omission is that the narcissist appreciates us. This is a huge one because of how much energy and time and all kinds of things it takes to keep a narcissist somewhat happy. I mean, they're never happy, but
there's an opposite side to this where they don't want you to do anything, and that keeps them unaccountable.
Maintain a narcissistic relationship takes so much from us in so many ways, and many of us can get caught in this trap of assuming that the narcissist appreciates us.
This is one of the things you're always left wondering, like, what is going on here? This person is just not emotionally connected. So don't you be. You guys are throwing your heart into things and the person's not even emotionally present. They're just physically turning up. Can't you understand? Guys, you've got to get this, man. There's people getting damaged left, right and centre. This is fantastic information. She's a survivor of narcissistic abuse.
Maybe we're working 3 jobs. Maybe we're spending a lot of time and energy keeping things clean the way they want, or doing their laundry for them. Maybe we let them borrow our car when we really needed it. Maybe we've been babysitting their kids for free all year, or whatever. Maybe we sit and listen to them talk about nonsense for 3 hours just to give them somebody to talk to. And we assume the whole time, well, surely they must appreciate this. Surely they must appreciate all the effort I'm putting into this, right? And it can be a huge shock when we realize that they don't appreciate us at all.
No, they can't wait to get back home to the people that they do appreciate, who are lazy and bludging on them and preying on them, because they know those people depend on them. They're not going nowhere. They can't fail. And they end up on their own. You can't play people's lives and think you're just going to get away with it. You don't.
They don't appreciate anything you've ever done for them because they expect it. I think I've used the analogy before that a narcissist that is receiving huge amounts of time and energy from you has the attitude that you have when you go to the store and you pay with cash and you get your change back. When you get your change back from the cashier at the store, you don't have this huge appreciation for getting your change back because you expect it. You're entitled to that, right? It's the same thing when you're bending over backwards and pouring yourself into this relationship, constantly giving of your time and energy and money and everything and everything that you have, and then some, you assume that the narcissist recognizes this and appreciates it, and they absolutely don't, because they expect more from you than you could ever give them. They expect more from you than you could ever give them. You're supposed to bend yourself into a pretzel trying to make them happy. You're supposed to spend every ounce of time and energy you have on them. You're just supposed to do that. And it's a huge shock when we realize this. I know I had an experience where, I don't know how much detail I want to go into. I think I'm running out of time, but
she's having a big unload here, isn't she? There's another spectrum to this. That's the spectrum of the less they get you to do, the safer they are from commitment. There's two sides to this behaviour. I believe it. They don't want to be accountable and responsible for as little as possible. That's all they want to be, as little as possible.
I was basically supporting a narcissist financially, and it's a long, stupid story, but I was working full time and I was not unhappy with this. I just thought I was being supportive and I assumed I was being appreciated, until one day I had a conversation about this and realized that this person didn't even view me as somebody that was supporting him. Didn't even view anything I was doing as something that I was even doing for the benefit of the relationship. It was just like, well, no, you're not helping me. I'm the one that's, he thought that he was actually benefiting me so much because of all of the great, amazing things he was going to do. So that I owed it to him to support him, because I was going to be the beneficiary of his genius, I guess. I don't know. And that was a really huge slap in the face when I realized that everything that I was giving without complaint was not in the least bit appreciated and was expected, and that he was actually looking at it as he was doing so much for me just because he existed, I guess. And the last
So true. It's so true.
big lie of omission that I want to go over is the fact that the narcissist doesn't care what happens to you. I think that when we are ending a relationship with a narcissist, sometimes we assume that they're going to be reasonable. This is another lie of
Assume nothing. Guys, by this stage, by the time it's getting towards the end and everything's about to come to a head, all the unresolved and all the reasons for it and all this bullshit that they bung on, that they can't get their head around and don't want to face, by this time you should be ready. Okay, this poor woman's is completely ignorant. You have to watch the unresolved, right? Listen to me. If you want to beat these people, because they're not going to play their part. They think they are, but they're not. They're limited in their capabilities of doing it. And once you know their loyalty relative to their emotional output and inputs back at where they live, right, or somebody on the outside, you can detach, right, and watch them fucking will hang themselves. This poor woman, she just kept going blind. Right? And look where it got her. Look at her face. She's still recovering, man.
Of omission that they're not going to tell you about until you're experiencing the truth. They don't care if, let's say, it ends up in court. Maybe it's a divorce that ends up in court. Yeah, no. They don't care if the 100%. End results leave you homeless or devastated. 100%. Or
you know what? That's what's going to happen. One of my girlfriends, and she's not careful. She's going to end up fucking homeless. She's damn well running after these fucking adult children like they're godsend. And they're just fucking leeches.
Jobless. They don't care what happens to you at all. They have no concern for your welfare whatsoever.
That's why you never make yourself second to anybody. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you get in there, you play your part, you do the best you can. If this person or people keeps tripping it up, messing it up, you have to be on your game. The last thing a narcissist wants, or this type of person wants, is for you at the end of the relationship to continue to conquer. They want to see your demise, man. They want to see you crying and screaming over them. Like, screw that. Nobody's worth that. No, man. You give that part of yourself to no one. You get in there, man. You be sexy. You be hot. You damn well play your part with honesty and transparency. And if they're not living up to it and they try and ditch you, laugh. If you have to learn the skills of the art of love and navigating the person that you're with. There's no reason for you to be unattached from yourself and attached to somebody else. You should be able to perform as a fully fledged alpha masculine male, in touch with yourself, sharing with that other person, not fucking giving yourself away to them, man. Because when it all caves in, what's the therapist trying to do or the coach trying to do? They're trying to bring you back to yourself. Well, why would you leave yourself in the first place? Come on, guys, and women, wake up. Wake up to yourselves. You've got it all wrong.
You are, like I said earlier, like a ketchup bottle. And when the ketchup's gone, they don't care they'll just throw you in the trash. And this is so unfathomable.
Just let me say something here, and I want to be careful how I say this. But when you're engaging with a person, what do you think you're pouring out? You don't have to pour out nothing. It's up to that person to get it out. And if they ain't playing their part, man, they ain't getting shit. Nothing. Right? If there's unresolved and things that they're not addressing to honour the relationship, nothing. And if they want to spill themselves out and pretend they're playing the role and that, let them. Drink it, man. Drink it. There's nothing selfish about that. You're playing your part. The art of relationships, it's all messed up. Fucking pour yourself out for no one, man.
So hard to wrap our brains around when we're with somebody that we thought loved us, when we're with somebody that we cared about. I mean, this was supposed to be somebody that was sharing our life with us, we were supposed to be one of the most important.
They're physically in, but sharing their life with somebody else or with their children or something like that. You're a convenience. Wake up. Please wake up. Can't you see it? Guys, all this idea about love's pouring yourself out and giving this and giving that, bullcrap. You can be a top 1%, 5% male in the top 1%, 5% and just perform as a male. They don't want all that shit, man. They want performance. And if you produce performance, then you're going to get loyalty. You don't pour nothing out for no one, man. You got to be on your game, doing your hobbies, following your purpose, managing the dysfunction of the woman that you're with, performing for her when really by normal fucking psychological standards, the normal bloke just won't be able to because it's so dysfunctional, right? Turning that person around, showing them light, right? Pushing through their darkness and crap that comes from their fucking stuff they're bringing from their lives. You got to impress that person. Leave that person wondering, who the hell was that? How did I miss that? Not lying there going, goo goo gaga, how did that happen to me? Wake up, man. The world is full of dysfunctional, well-intending people that are going to fuck up.
Important people
man,
in the world.
This woman's gold. I mean, she put her heart on the line. This bird, she is in the top 5%. The other 95%, you don't know if you're coming or going with them, man. They have got no clue. They've come up with dysfunction. All they've known is fucking alcohol and drugs and medications and shit. They come into your life. They don't even know what's going on. They know something special's going on, but they don't know how to conquer and how to use the power and how to make anything decent for themselves. They try and work it out, but they're so far removed from the reality of it, guys. They don't know what it is. They pour it down the drain. They go back home and they're pouring it into things that's not going to produce anything out of it for them. It's like giving someone a bar of gold and they melt it and they just let everybody fucking squander it down the drain. Wake up. Please, wake up.
To this person. And we thought we were with someone that cared about us, and that even if things went wrong, that at least they would care enough that they wouldn't want to see us devastated or homeless or penniless.
Guys, when these people are ready to be kicked to the curb, which is what she should have done, have your explanation ready, send the letter, tell them to fuck off, send them the letter. If they haven't got the integrity and the fucking loyalty and commitment to the relationship to try and sort shit out, they will never what you've exposed them for what they are. They've exposed themselves, man. That's why it ended up the way that it did. This woman needs to learn not to be hard and cruel. You don't have to be hard and cruel. You just got to be fair. And if unresolved's in the relationship and they've got more value for that than your relationship and you, straight away, detach. You're with somebody that's going to fuck up. It's going to go bad. It's going to go bad, man. They're living not under the light. Why do you think I've done all this? To stay away from evil and to know how it works. Right? I can navigate the darkest of people. They're not going to affect me, man. They're either going to come out of the dark or they're going to stay in it. I don't give a shit either way, man. I'm going to leave them with the memory of the fucking greatest experience they've had with a man that can be given without drugs and shit.
Or jobless, right? I mean, they don't want to destroy our whole life just because things didn't work out, right? Well, narcissists, as many of us have unfortunately learned the hard way, really could not care less what happens to you when they're done with you.
Let me tell you something, guys. A lot of these people have nothing. Okay, I'm just going to be blank fucking honest with you. A lot of these people, like the ones she's been dealing with, they've got nothing. They're never going to have anything. They don't know how to accumulate anything. They spend most of their life working and they've got no value for the money. They say money's not worth anything, but they've given 3/4 of their life chasing after it, right? This is how contradictory these people are. They're everywhere. They're right through the community. And they don't want you to succeed. They're jealous. They're envious. They'll come in and try and work out how you've done it. They'll be in awe of how could somebody like you have navigated life the way you have and accomplished what you've done. I've watched them come to my house. I've watched them. And you bring them in and you welcome them and you fucking lay it on for them and they still don't get it. Guys, I've watched it. They're getting the best of everything that you could offer them and they still have got, they just don't get it, man. And they're not going to. And you say to yourself, I know where this person's going to end up. Back where they started. And guess where they want you to go? Back to where they are too. But no, you've got to be careful of all this, man. You've got to be careful of the kingdom that you've built. Protect it. Bless these people, and if they don't get it, let them go back to their default. And you pump on, man.
And if they can make $5 off of taking 10,000 away from you, they don't care. They'll do it if it benefits them. They're not going to weigh what it costs you for them to benefit even just a little bit, because it just doesn't matter to them. And of course, when we're in a relationship with somebody, this is something that we would never consider. We would never even think to ask, hey, if we break up, do you care at all if it ruins my life? Because we assume that we're with someone that wouldn't want to completely ruin our life for no reason. But
they think that you've ruined their life, right? They haven't played the relationship properly. They lose the relationship, and then they think you've ruined their life, because I'll tell you why. They're perpetual victims. That justifies the way they've fucked up their lives. I'm sorry, guys. This is why I can't practice as a minister. I'm too brutal. I will not tolerate people's shit. And I put down the ministerial tools. I just could not stand it. The way people hide and covertly get around with their evil. I'd call it, man. I'd turn places upside down. I just didn't belong. I didn't want to play the game. I wanted to get to the root of the problem. That's why I was better off in the prisons and stuff and on the streets. As simple as that. This woman, man, men and women each day are learning these lessons, but you better make sure it's justified if you're going to sit there and complain like this, right? Because some people are just streetwise and they come in and they'll do their part, but if you're not up for it, you're going to get walked over. You've got to navigate these people at their level. And if you can't, like this woman hasn't been able to, she'd be a great woman, man. She would have moulded for anyone into a fantastic woman. She just got blindsided. She let her faithfulness and loyalty blind her from the life that she should have been living. Right? And a lot of these narcs do the same thing. Their loyalty and faithfulness to fucking dysfunction and codependent. They say, oh, don't be codependent. They're codependent on... As soon as somebody says to you, don't be codependent, guaranteed they're codependent on either their children or their parents or some fucking internal dysfunction. Right? You have to be trained in the classic arts of relationship. It's not hard. It all comes back to resolve and having the standards of light, the Christian standards that are going to protect you from these dark people.
As many of us have learned, when you break up with a narcissist, it's just automatically some kind of war, and they can become so vicious and ruthless and merciless. You wonder if you ever knew this person at all. And
you didn't know this person at all. They weren't never... They'll love bomb you at the start and give you their victim stories and crap, but that doesn't mean they're going to attach to you. The other side to this, again, watch out. It's not all violent and venom. The other side of this is fucking withdrawal, stonewalling, silence, passive-aggressive serial punishment. You have to understand all the dark triad arts. Okay, these characteristics are through our societies now because there's no discipline as to walking in light. Wherever there's denial, the dark triad is going to be right on it. And they're micro elements of the dark triad evil behaviours. And if you're not prepared to have the courage to discern these things in the people that you're having a relationship with, that's your bad luck. You've got to be on your game, right? You've got to be guiding these people as best as you can. Fuck their children. They're not your problem. Adult children and crap. But they're an indication to you of what they've been taught by these people. Right? So you're a mile ahead. The children are a fantastic guide to the type of person that you're dealing with. Right? People come here to my place. My children show absolute, utter respect. That's what they've been taught. If you go to a house and you're not welcome, guess who taught them that shit, man? Put two and two, stop being naive. If we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ cleanses us from all sin. It's in the book. If people are pushing you to the side and they're just not going to be able to psychologically cope with your power and presence, they're in the dark. Who put them in the dark? Well, the same people that are running the house. Don't kid yourself, guys. Wise up. Ladies and gentlemen, wise up to how deeply fucking ingrained the dark triad in its micro element characteristics are in our societies.
Really, because of all these lies of omission, because of all these things that narcissists never tell you, maybe things that narcissists don't even admit to themselves. At the end of a narcissistic relationship, when we're forced to realize the truth of what we've been with all along, when we are suddenly confronted with the reality of the opposite of things that we have assumed, things that we should have been able to trust in, this is really, really hard to deal with, to reconcile. It's really hard to go back over an entire relationship and see it with completely different eyes and realize that the whole entire time there were these lies of omission. There were these things that we assumed that just weren't true.
Brilliant.
Things that are part of a normal relationship.
Absolutely
It's
brilliant.
really hard to rebuild our trust after this type of experience. It's hard to rebuild our trust in ourselves, because we might go into the next relationship wondering, well, I was so sure that the last person was reasonable. How do I know this time that I can trust this person? And
resolve. Guys, you've got to listen to me. It all comes back to how much this person wants to resolve. If you're marking their omissions and commissions of undermining the relationship and they're not willing to resolve, immediately, as soon as there's a sign, detach and wait till they hang themselves if you want to hang around for it, or move on to somebody that's more healthier. They will hang themselves. And if you're not skilled in understanding the characteristics of dark triad behavior across all spectrums of attachments and all the other psychological dark sides of humanity, human nature, fallen human nature, right? If you're not skilled in the evil, that's why I became a Christian, to understand evil and how to overcome it. If you're not trained in these areas, man, you're going to get smashed like this lady. Look at the regret on her face. Now she's going to help people, man. She's absolutely desperate to help people. I say to my girls, right, that come into my life, you will never, ever be able to hurt me. And sometimes I see in the back of their mind the, want to make a bet? And I just go, ha 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 ha. They don't know who they're dealing with. And 9 times out of 10, guess what? It doesn't matter how well you perform, how far you take them into the upper escalons of masculine love and clarity and power, they bring themselves undone.
It takes a lot of work to rebuild that trust within ourselves and to understand what went wrong and why. But I guess I want to close this video out by saying that you can rebuild that trust. You can recover from this type of relationship. And you can take these lessons that you learn forward in your life in order to prevent this from happening to you in the future. You can learn to trust other people again. And you can learn to maybe trust people a little more slowly and maybe expect people to earn your trust instead of just throwing it at them the way that narcissists expect you to. If you're looking for a way to support my channel and you've been considering professional therapy, BetterHelp is offering 10% off of your first month of service if you sign up using the link below in my description. And if you sign up using the link below in my description, I will get a one-time commission, and that'll help me out. It'll help you out as well if that's something you've been thinking about doing. I hope this...
She deserves it. She done a great job with that, guys. What a beautiful woman. It's looking behind the mirror Narcissists are notorious liars, but what about the lies they keep to themselves? This is a very clever, well-presented video of a person that's been narcissistically abused. We need to learn from this. You need to learn, guys, the skills of evil, how it comes after you, and how even the people that you love and are involved with in the bedroom can unknowingly tear you apart. But if you're in your right mind and you understand the skills that come with the arts of love on their dark element sides, you will conquer. And when these people unravel themselves and show you that emotionally they're betraying you, no matter how much they lie and go on their smear campaigns when they're being caught out, you just continue, don't give a shit about their crap. Just continue to conquer, and they'll respect you. They'll respect you for the rest of their lives. They'll hate you, but they'll respect you. Don't worry about that. Every woman that I've had in my life, as much as she has hated me, when she's been caught out, she's always respected me. Because they know. They know. They know. This is, guys, Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison. Goodbye. We really appreciate you for this video. My goodness me, what a lovely lady. Do support her channel one way or another. You're on the Pro Bricky exclusive YouTube channel where we cover all aspects of relationship empowerment, ministry mentoring, motivation. We're working on coming online so people can have some mentoring if they want it, or a chat or whatever. We're working that out now. Thank you for joining me, guys. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, this is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison on the Pro Bricky exclusive YouTube channel. Bye for now.